So after you've learned all about Jeff's technologies and you're getting ready to do roll out your own startup, you need to patent it. Or not, but a lot of people will. And luckily we have Philipp from Axios Law, who's sponsored us in the past, to talk about how to roll out your own. Please welcome Adam.
Thank you. All right. I don't recommend rolling your own patent application, but if you're lost in the wilderness and that's the only thing you can do, okay, roll your own. That said, we have a very important next slide that's coming up. I want you to read everything. I am not your lawyer. All right, some of you, that's not true. I am. You signed the engagement letter. That's different. This is not legal advice, okay? And it's worth exactly what you've paid for it tonight, including those drink tickets. Thanks, Dan. All right. Provisional patent applications. They're a little bit different than what most people think of as a patent application. They're not examined, but they're useful for rush filings and when cash is kind of tight. They're not published. They're held in confidence at the patent office, but you still get patent pending status with these. Why would you want one? All the usual things: exclusivity, money, cross-licensing opportunities, vanity. You'd be surprised the meetings that take place to see who gets to be on the patent application. And of course, everyone's favorite multiple choice answer, all the above. What can be patented? Anything under the sun made by man. I'm sorry, the Supreme Court is sexist, but inventions must be new, useful, and not obvious. That last one's a kicker, and this is a 15-second slide, so let's move on. What do we need? Drawings, a specification, background summary, detailed description. Provisional patents don't need claims. You've heard all kinds of horror stories about these bizarre things that look like English language but are actually called claims. Content is much more important than the form of this. Getting started. Outline your patent application. Actually outline what your invention does. We're getting to the application in a second. And make some black and white drawings. Why? Because the patent office loves all kinds of colors as long as they're black and white. This is the original Frisbee patent application. The point is, each view you want to give it a figure number and label the parts. Hand-drawn is fine for your provisionals. You don't need to go out and get professional drawings like this wonderful one. Now, before writing the specification, I know I'm going fast, but this is normally a 1.5-hour talk. All right, feedback loop. That's the point here. Rinse, repeat. Just, keep on going until you've got everything covered, you've got it outlined well. Now is the easy part, the specification. Just answer 3 questions. Why, what, and how. That's it. That's all you need to do. And the drawings, of course. What do I mean by why? I figured you might want to ask that. Oh, by the way, you get 1 question at the end, so somebody think of one. 10% of your application should be answering why. It shouldn't be about your invention. It should be a gripe fest about what everyone else has done wrong with their technology. Oh, and no superlatives. This will be a reoccurring theme. What? About 20%. This is what your invention is capable of doing. Don't limit yourself. This is not writing code. There are no syntax errors in a patent application. Just, put it on paper and tell people how to do it. This is a little bit dangerous. I want you to think of everything that your application can do, but don't use superlatives, okay? Superlatives are those nasty words like must, unique, always, those kinds of things. And talk about variations on your patent application. You're not limited by one particular implementation. Here's the meat. How? Take every one of those capabilities that you've described and tell people how to do it. You can't hide the ball here. In order to get a patent, the bargain with the government is you need to give up the secret sauce. And then they give you a monopoly, but not until you give up the secret sauce. So, more on how. The level of detail is for the ordinary person for that particular type of technology. Biotech? Okay. Doctorate and a couple years of postdoc experience. Clothespin? Maybe not. Here's a sample. This is just one way that you could do your patent drawings, but it can be as simple and straightforward as coming up with your drawings and just describing them. Once you've done the drawings, it actually works pretty well. Coming to filing, get your specification together, your drawings, grab an application data sheet from the patent office's website, fill it out. Oh, one key trick, don't use a PO box. They need your actual residence address on that form. One question?
How long is the patent good for?
Okay, you back there.
I can't use superlatives.
It limits you. Later on, when you're actually trying to get protection for your patent application, if you say it must do this one thing, then if it turns out that you create an embodiment that doesn't require that one thing, you can be held to your earlier statement. So it closes off your protection later on. Thank you very much.